Man, dang damn these fancy gadgets. When I was your age, we had VGA cables and power cords, and that's it. Jesus. Now, how do you turn this dang thing on? What the hell? Where's the... May I have the remote, please, student? What's your name?
Ashley.
Oh, nice to meet you, Ashley. My name is Oh, that's not what we want.
Terrific. And would you be willing to
Professor.
How do we go to the computer?
Also, how loud does your TV get?
I don't think we changed the HDMI port.
I'll take the
Does anyone know how to change the computer?
Please say input. Oh, there you go. Just showed it.
Is that an HDMI? Excellent.
It's pronounced HDMI, Professor.
HDMI, thanks.
Yes.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you kids letting me in on all the tech mumbo jumbo.
Absolutely. My
Oh,
pleasure.
once you get up to me, careful, don't look. Alright. So, for today's lesson, this is disrespectful.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, we can laugh about it, but this is kind of, you know, my life's work.
I laugh in the face of extreme impressiveness and curiosity and intelligence being fulfilled.
Please don't patronize me. Somebody of my skill set, and you know, I'm a college professor, and you're out here speaking to me in that way. It's really
I'm so
disrespectful.
sorry. Please keep going with the presentation.
Okay. Well, thank you for your apologies. I'm not all the way buttoned up right now, so we're gonna get all snazzy for the presentation. So I'm really excited to be here today with you guys because I haven't taught this class in like a year in person because of everything shutting down. But so I'd like to welcome you to Life 101, and essentially what this is it's really just a class to kind of become more spiritual and become more in tune with your inner self, and to become more aware, of who you really are on the inside. And so many of us, we go about our everyday lives and we really don't think. We don't think about those things. We just, we kind of go through the motions in a way. So basically the gist of this class is to, dive into the nitty gritty and really, become in tune with who we really are. And for some of us, that would be not interrupting our teacher while he's presenting a presentation. All right. So that was a little joke for you to lighten up your Monday morning, but we're gonna dive right into the material here. I do have a doctorate in biochemistry, and that does make me qualified because what is biochemistry about? I'll give you hint. 3 letters, L-I-F-E. That's what it's about. Again with the laugh.
That wasn't me.
There's these 2 ladies over here.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't want to be in this class, you can always drop it. You've still got a week. So, all right, let's dive right in here. So, basically this is Life 101, but it's more commonly referred to as you as a life force. And what that means is that we all have a soul, as you know. We all have, something in our body that's keeping us going. And whether that's, depending on your religion or your philosophy, that could be your brain, your heart, or your spirit. But whatever that is, we're going to look into that in this course. And we're going to just, in general, focus in on our life, our what makes us live, what makes us living beings. And I'll give you a hint, it's not humanity. All right, let's just go to the next slide here. All right, general remarks. So, you are a human, I assume, here in my classroom. You enjoy living your life and doing all of the things associated with humanity. And like I mentioned before we began the lecture, that often becomes a distraction and our obsessions with hobbies and, you know, little pointless tasks become who we are, and that's really a problem with today's society, in my opinion. And so with this class, once again, apologize for repeating it, but what we're really diving into here is like the point of life, and the point of life is not going to work for 40 years and then dying, which so many people seem to think it is nowadays. But so is there something more? Yes. I'll give you a spoiler. Yes. Life is so much more than the human experience. Life is a beautiful, magnificent thing, and it's time we start appreciating that. So, I don't want to sound pretentious, because I've been accused of being pretentious before by former students, and they have this construct of human morality imbued inside of their heads. But really, I am the teacher and you are the students. That's the dynamic in this classroom and all of your classrooms. So I will be your guide to it.
Teacher, are you choking up?
I will be your guide to enlightenment. May you just take my hand and I will whisk you away from your life's shortcomings. And this, I really appreciate it. The laughing was cut to me in a moment, especially on the first day of class, man. It's just not cool beans. So I really, we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna deconstruct what it means to be alive, and we're gonna try and take away the humanity from it, you know, and try and, you know, become more aware of our life cycle, our life experience, and what it means in the grand scheme of the universe. All right? So I want you all to just, once you're done laughing so rudely at my, you know what, sometimes, I mean, students can be a very frustrating challenge, and when they laugh, they poke fingers, it just shows it's a sign of low intelligence. And you just have to remind yourself that as you're teaching. You have to remind yourself that you really, you know, you're trying to give them knowledge, and if they're gonna laugh and mess around and fool about in the back of the classroom, like this gentleman here, they don't deserve the knowledge and they won't get it because they're not paying attention. So I want you all who intend to graduate with a degree to breathe in, take a nice deep breath. Wow. It's these days. All right, everyone taking deep breaths. Feel the air around you. Think. Listen. What do you hear? I don't think you hear Hillary Clinton. I think what you meant to say is you see Hillary Clinton. But yeah, take deep breaths, and I want you all to just for a moment pause and pay attention to the room around you. But don't look around. Don't look around. Just listen. Hear that? I hear a heater or an air conditioner, some other type of machination working over there. That's not really funny, it's just a word. The lights are making a little bit of whirring. And I can hear a faint bit of background noise. You know, maybe from over here. But, so now we've done that, I just want you to become relaxed, become more at ease, you know. We already took a deep breath. I want you to really, you know, like that, just zone in. Become completely and totally present in the now. And now think about your favorite person in the world. This could be a parent, a friend, something else, but whatever it is, think think about them.
Dr. Alex.
Now forget about them. Because that's the biggest flaw in the human experience, is attachment. Animals do not get attached. The young are attached to their mother until they reach maturity, and then they go off and do their own thing. Humans are the exception in that they will never lose their attachments. They become dependent emotionally and physically in some cases on those that they are attached to. And part of getting to your greatest state of, inner being and self awareness is really not disconnecting these people, but becoming more in tune with yourself and becoming self-obsessed. It's really, and people say that usually with negative connotations, but becoming, putting yourself first in every situation. It's gratifying, and it'll get you places in life. It's how you make good connections. So, and I've included a few examples of. I'm sorry, I have a bit of a cough. I've included a few examples of some people that I look up to and I value, not in an attached way, but just in a, as honor. I honor them. So, in our path to enlightenment, there is no room for love and attachment. You can love somebody, but you can't love somebody. You know what I'm saying? Does anyone have any questions? Please, speak now or forever hold your silence. Sorry, it's a Monday. I'm going to be joking around a little bit. Anyone have any questions? Please go ahead. Yes? Sorry, what's your name?
Pin Padaloxicopoulos III.
All right, Jim. All right, what's up?
I was just wondering, so if we get to this state of no attachment and no freedom, do we get to fly?
You have to fly. You've got a plane ticket?
That's very funny, Professor.
Yeah, I'm glad you like that joke, Jim. All right, well,
It's been
unfortunately, you physically cannot fly in this level of enlightenment. If you get up to 7th or 8th stage enlightenment, you may be able to fly. I've never gotten there. I've never heard of anyone getting there, in fact. But never give up.
I'm gonna be the first.
I bet you will, Jim.
Pin Padaloxicopoulos III.
Yeah, I did include a snake on this diagram. That's because the serpent is an admirable animal. Mostly because it has a cool face. And as a biochemist, the thing I've learned most is that looks mean everything. Especially when you're talking about reptiles. Yeah, so, for crying out loud, somebody left the eraser on the floor. So in our path to enlightenment, to sum it up, there is no room for love and attachment. I cannot make it clear enough that is a very important principle to understand and respect and integrate into your daily lives. So you must abandon your notion of having a corporal form and that being your identity in order to achieve enlightenment. And what I mean by that is your human body is not who you are. You are a brain. You are the brain. What you see is what you see out of your eyes. It's not what you see, it's what these organs, which have been designed by who or what knows to see, and how limited are they? How limited, what don't we see with our eyes? How we have very limited distance vision, all of us, and we can see only a small fraction of the colors on the electromagnetic spectrum. So, I apologize, I'm going off on a tangent. It's a Monday. You guys, I'm gonna have some more jokes for you later on, so keep tuned. Yeah, so the purest form of biological existence, I believe, is what lies within the cells and the neurons and the pathways of your brain. Not your brain itself, not the gray matter, not not the nerves or anything like that, but the connections and the electricity and the energy of the inside of your brain. That is you. Without the electricity, without the power, you're nothing. So I believe humans are beings of energy. We are contrived only out of static, friction, heat. We really are not beings of flesh and blood. And in fact, humanity is this notion of being in a human body means you have to be sentient. Or I apologize, I should rephrase that. The human body makes you sentient, and it's the only thing that you can be sentient through. That's a very unfortunate notion that many people seem to adhere to. But it's really important to remind ourselves that we're humans, but we're not the top, we're not the bottom. Like I said before, we're the only ones in the universe that we know of, but there's gotta be more beings, right? And how do we know a bacterium is not sentient, right? It's just, maybe we can't comprehend it, but I apologize for this long-winded rant. It is a Monday. Anyone ever been to Wendy's here? Show hands. Nobody, really. Wow, all right. I did the PowerPoint, I messed up. So how can you achieve this stage of enlightenment? How? How? Mr. Fisher, Dr. Fisher, that is. Well, it's really quite simple, really. It really is. Anyone have any ideas? I really love input, guys. It's kind of my job. All right, well, not a very chatty class this morning. All right, so I did make sections for you guys, my students. All right, so I do have slides I prepared for all of you. I don't know you yet, because it is our first day of class, but I'm going to, try and tell you what lies ahead of you, what I see from the spectral plane. And so we're going to start off with my friend Ashley, my new classmate. I really apologize, guys. It's Monday, so I can't help it. My student, yeah. All right. So we're going to go alphabetically. I put a fun little, little SpongeBob on there for you, just for kicks and giggles, So, and then we got some darker stuff like, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. All right, you have a dark future. It pains me to have to reveal these things. My student. Become a professor. To tell people they have a dark future. It's not big to it. But it's just, I feel it's my moral and my ethical responsibility. So, excuse me. You have a dark future, my friend. You will have to walk to Toronto, Canada barefoot this January. And the essence of that prediction is in your actions on October 14th, 2018. That really was the basis. And you know what I'm talking about, and I know what you're talking about, but nobody else needs to. So that really triggered this course of events, this absolute point, if you will. And the Skymen, they really decided it. It wasn't my choice. You laugh, we're gonna get to the Skymen. It's next unit, but so fear not, you will have companions. We will have this gentleman, Sean Gray. He'll be joining you, and then we're also gonna have at some point or another we're gonna have a chicken. I put a fun little, chicken graphic on there from a children's film, but we're probably gonna have this a real chicken. And I did put a sad. I did put a sad face on there just to convey how truly and deeply heartbroken I am to have to, tell you these things. Alas! You must eat a horse foot. You, Ashley, must eat a horse foot. And, again, I am just the messenger. So don't get all your piss in a bucket of, oh my gosh, I'm swearing on a Monday morning. I apologize, folks, but yeah. So you have to eat a horse foot. This is the code that decrees it. So it is written in Arabic because that is where my sky visage resides in Saudi Arabia. So that's why it's in Arabic. I didn't have time to translate it before class. You know how it is when you get out of the car and you're just. So you must eat one horse foot, and then you may probably, honestly, you won't have to go to Toronto if you eat a horse foot. That's usually how these things work, and I can't be 100% on that. You'd probably be fine if you eat a horse foot. I know it's a bit of an unappealing thing. It's really nothing that we want to get all, excited about. But it is something that could prevent that fate for you. And next time, don't do what you did on October 14th, 2018. Just giving you some advice. For kids. Alright, my next student is named Delaney. We have a nice mountain view. It's from my trip. I went to Germany. In case you didn't know, I really want to make sure everyone knows I went to Germany. I like to record videos of myself when I go places. But yeah, I went to Germany. And it was a really beautiful trip. Yeah, so we're going to get into what we have in store for you. Do you have a good fate or a bad fate? And let's just so no one's confused, I just want to tie this back to the spirituality aspect. So part of the human form is this concept of destiny. And the sky men and the sky visage are the ones who control that destiny. They're not really men. They are entities beyond our comprehension. I'm sorry. They're entities beyond our comprehension. They reside in the 6th dimension. I'm just feeling a little sick. I apologize, but just in case the Mondays are Alright, so yeah, I can only communicate them by taking lots of ecstasy and mushrooms. That's the way that I talk to them, and you think I'm crazy. You think I'm crazy, but it works. And it's a science. I'm a biochemist, so you have to listen to me because I'm your professor. Alright, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of what's going on here. What's in store for you? Now, do you have anyone in your, another professor of yours, or maybe not a real professor, but someone who teaches a class, you know what I'm saying? Maybe someone like that you're a big fan of. Someone like that in your life? Would you like to answer? No, alright, we're not very chatty this morning. Alright, well, let's see what's going on up here. Alright. I don't know who that gentleman is. Not sure, but I do see there's is it a wolf or a lynx of some kind up in the corner? And he seems, whoever he is, He seems to be stretching out his hands to you, beckoning. You know, like he is the Messiah. I'm not sure what's going on there once again, but he does seem to have a good understanding of what he's, you know, doing. So, do you have any questions for me? Really? No. You guys aren't a very shitty class. By Wednesday, I'll have worked it out of you. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, excuse me. I'm gonna have a tissue in here. I have a life-threatening illness. One finds limits by pushing them. Right? The human limit is just another arbitrary. It doesn't mean anything. Your body is a gel cell made of styrofoam. And for true enlightenment, you can ascend past your corporal form as people. At the door of this classroom, but we are doing a class right now, so you're gonna have to wait. You are a true friend, my friend Delaney, to all centipedes around the world. So I'd like you to keep that in mind. It'll be really valuable information for you in the path going forward. I did include I put a fun little Pokemon up there. Because, you know, kids like, that's what I think. I have a son, he's got all the new games, you know, he's got Pokemon Red, he's got Pokemon Green, there's probably a Pokemon for every color, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, and live, laugh, love. You know, live, laugh, love. It's a really good mantra. Benjamin, what are we gonna do? Alright.
Hi, I'm Ben. I came in late. I'm sorry.
Totally fine. You look just like Jim. That's kind of weird. Alright. I couldn't resist. I couldn't, you know. It is a Monday.
That's fun.
Oh, excuse me.
Good joke.
Thank you, appreciate it. So yeah, we have some, we have a fun little dancing class up there for you. But yeah, so why were you named Benjamin?
Well, there's this random kid in the Bible. His name is Benjamin. I think it means second son or something, or youngest son. My parents named me after that Bill as the youngest son.
I see that's bullshit.
Oh.
It was the sky.
This guy. I'm sorry I was late. I think I might have missed this part of the notes.
Yes, I apologize. I'll be right back with you. I just have these horrible fits of coughing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't your parents' choice. It was just fate.
Oh.
So don't ever say that again. One thing you'll learn in my class is that we do not like assumptions.
Oh.
Not at all. Not at all. Alright. You are all of those things. And would you like me to explain what those images represent?
Yeah, yes, please.
Alright, well, I'd be happy to. So this is this image in the background here, this is a water slide. And it's one of my favorites.
I was born on the water slide.
Oh, really? Your poor mother. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, it's a Monday. I can't help myself. Alright, so you got golden retriever energy. And that was decreed by Josie, I don't remember his name. He's one of the elementals, but he doesn't talk to me very much anymore ever since. Well, I'm not gonna go into that right now.
Is he one of the Skymen?
No, he's one of the elementals.
Oh.
We'll get into more of that in December. Yeah. All right. So this is a sad face because I sense you very sad.
Oh.
Are you very sad?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Ever since well, we're not going to talk about that in the presence of all these people. So that'd be embarrassing for you. But
The incident changed me forever.
huh? What's that?
The incident changed me forever.
I know. If only you had a time machine. We'll get into time machines. Just you wait.
What I would change.
And France, because I know your father personally. He actually stayed in my house as an Airbnb with me. And, well, it was more than an Airbnb, if you know what I'm saying.
You see
But-
my father? I haven't seen my father in 18 years.
Well, I've seen your father a lot more recently. I'm sorry, it's a Monday. I really can't.
Where is he?
Oh, yeah. We're not, well, I'll talk after class. Alright, so, yes, your father has French heritage. Baguette.
That's very funny.
I do apologize. I think I failed to mention to you why we're going over nationality. So nationality ties into spirituality. They go hand in hand. Hand in hand. So basically, if you're born in France, you suck. So your dad sucks. Yeah, yes, he does. Yeah. Yeah. What's that?
Well, I've never met the guy.
I haven't. He's phenomenal. We can arrange something. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so he sucks. And people who are born in the Western Hemisphere seem to usually be a lot more enlightened. They seem to all have an idea of what's going on. You know, a lot of them are against the flat Earth theory, which we'll get into the possibilities. I'm not allowed to tell you either way, but let's just say I have an open mind.
And a flat heart.
And a flat. I like this guy. All right. And then, well, I apologize. There's a bit of text here. We're not gonna look at that. But this is a gentleman by the name of Jordan. All right. So, closing remarks. What do you feel that you've taken away from class today?
Well, my dad's alive, apparently.
He's alive and well, I can assure you.
And he knows my college professor.
He more than knows your college professor, but we're not going to get into that right now. Does anyone have any more questions? Really? I'm going to go into closing remarks then. So, I've gone over all of you, but I haven't gone over me, and since I have a lot of narcissistic tendencies, I'm going to have to go over myself. That's part of the job. So I was born in North Carolina to a man and a woman. The man's name was Frank. The woman's name was Eloise. And they lived in a small country town called Eastville. And I grew up where they lived. Shocker, right? Yeah, I grew up where they lived, and we had 2 small dogs. They were Shih Tzus. One of them was actually tragically injured in a bulldozer accident. And after that, I wasn't really allowed around bulldozers after that. But, so what I'm getting at here is that I'm just like all of you. You know, I started out pretty normal, you know how they say normal. But I became enlightened when I went to high school. I was really smart growing up. I was very smart. I was probably one of the smartest people there's ever been. And so let me just take a seat. I'm gonna be more personal. So when I was growing up in high school, obviously, I had a friend, his name was Mark. And he didn't do this for a living, but he did make a lot of money off of it. He would hollow out eggs, and he would fill them with some sort of liquid, and up to the customer what liquid was put in the eggs. Some customers were a little bit more rambunctious, if you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna stand. They would put all sorts of weird things in those eggs. But so this one time he asked me, hey Alexander, what would you like to put in your egg? And I said, my egg? It's your thing, Mark. He said, no, I love you so much. I want this to be our bonding. We're going to imprint on one another. And so I was like, yeah! I was like, what does that mean? Because I had no idea. And what he simply did, he picked up an eggshell and he placed it on my nose. And then he kissed the eggshell. And then he said, you and I are now bonded. Now fill your eggshell. And he did do that weird intonation of voice. And I found out later afterwards that it was a joke. But it didn't seem like it. And so I took the eggshell and I went into the refrigerator. And I went through all sorts of things, all sorts of different types of things. And I found milk. I said, no milk. I found orange juice. I said, no orange juice. And then I closed the fridge. I went into the cupboard, antifreeze. Put that in my eggshell. Boom. And the rest is history. All right. So before you all go, homework is to read pages 1 to 230 of the textbook by tomorrow, please. I'm really not asking that much. It's not a long book. It's only like 800 pages. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Any questions again? You guys are not a very chatty class. We'll get through to you. All right. Well, I'd like to thank you all for coming to my lecture. It's been a real pleasure for me. I hope you've had just as much fun. It was so fun to get to know you. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Have a wonderful evening.